I am sure more will just hop on as they do. That's awesome. And yes, it's 9:03 where I am. I know we have people where it's 8:03 and where it's 7:03. It has always been my vision to have all 4 time zones, and we do on the team have all 4 time zones represented. I guess the next vision would be, you know, international time zones calling in, or needing a daytime call, a global call for people in Europe and Asia and all the different places that Isagenix exists, Australia, right? Wouldn't that just be the best? Put it out there, you guys. Put it into the universe that you're going to have people calling in around the world. Cool, cool. Okay, so today I am excited. It's so good to see your faces, truly. And I'm excited to talk through a few things. First and foremost, I kind of want to open with an opening thought around, I want you guys to imagine for a minute, just like picture with me that your business is a living, breathing organism, that it like lives and breathes, and that the energy that you give it and the way you speak about it and the way that you handle it and the way that you care for it, I want you to imagine that it's a person, like it's personified, like it can feel that. And I want you to write in the chat, like throw some words, like how do you think your business would hope and want to be treated so that it pays you back, so that it provides, you know, think of the relationships we have, you know, relationships of respect and trust and love. And, you know, what are some of the words that come up when you think about how, if your business is a living, breathing organism, how you would want your business to feel? Put them in the chat. It gets attention. Yes, Molly. Good, good. Respected, that you're faithful. Yep, those are all good. Yep, exactly. Attention. Yeah, a little consistent attention every day. Probably more so than, most likely more so than, you know, a huge chunk of attention and then they go away. And, you know, think of those friendships or relationships where we give a whole big bunch of attention and then we kind of go away for a while. And, you know, think of how that feels. And, you know, just this concept that our business is a living, breathing organism, because it is. You know, another one that I would say is that I speak kindly about it. You know, I speak kindly about my business, and that I say things that I'm speaking into it. Just like I just said, you know, it was truly my vision and my goal to have all 4 time zones represented. And, you know, Teresa Weston is not on this call, but if she was, we would have all 4 right now, you know? So it's like being able to speak. And, you know, Teresa has a couple of potential new builders now out in that area. So to have multiple people calling in from all the time zones has been a true goal of mine. And so just really think through, you know, if your business is a person, how would it speak to you? So for those of you just hopping on, gosh, there's a bunch of people just hopping on, you know, thinking through, you know, that your business it gets attention, that it's respected, that you're speaking with compassion, that you're giving it a little energy every single day, you know. And that doesn't mean that every single day you are going gangbusters with it, but just a little touch in, a little touch base, a little check-in. And then we have those seasons, of course, where we are going big and we're going, you know, crazy, and we're in this, you know, complete, your business is your best friend sort of relationship, right? That you can't put down, because, you know, we go through those seasons. So I just wanted to start with that thought that, you know, really think through, my business is a relationship, a living and breathing relationship. My business is an entity, and the energy and the love and attention and the action I put towards it, it feels that back. It feels that back. And so how can you make that this equal energy that, you know, your business will give back to you, the way that you treat it and the way that you respect it, I would say. Okay, just a little opening for you there. Okay, so now I really do want to get into the remainder of what we are rolling out, or I guess it's really the kickoff of what we are rolling out, which is a completely revamped, a completely new, up and running leadersrisehere.com. And the reason that we've done this is because for a little bit of time now, pretty consistently, we have seen and we have been training on, and, you know, if I've gotten any of you, spoken with you about launching your business, or a 3-way phone call to help you help a new partner launch their business, it is very, very clear that we're talking through these same 4 steps. it is very, very clear that in our trainings, everything ties back to these 4 steps and really the 4-step process. And, you know, having a website where we can host it with simplicity, clarity, and really a place where, you know, if someone's like, okay, I want this, what do I do? They can plug in and they can really get up and running. That's the goal of this website, leadersrisehere.com. And so a lot of, I'm going to pull it up in a minute, and we are, sorry, I got to figure out how to get this waiting room thing off my thing. People keep joining and I have to admit them to the meeting. It's terrible. But I think I can do it. Barbie, have you figured out how to get it off?
Yes. For every single Zoom, you can hit like a bottom thing. Like when the admit thing comes up, if you go to the bottom, you can go to like options and just check waiting room.
Okay.
But you have to do it at the beginning of every Zoom call.
At the beginning of every Zoom. Okay. That's super helpful. Thank you. Now I know. Okay. Very good. I got the password off, but I haven't figured that one out yet. So, okay. Cool. So, leadersrisehere.com. I'm going to go there. And what I really want to spend today doing is talking through a couple of the key things under Create Curiosity that we haven't done yet. And if you guys have questions along the way, like just jump in, just dive in. But what I really, you know, what I want you to remember and to know is that we have truly created, we've truly created this place for you to plug in and for your new people to plug in. Because I believe so much that there is a new wave of people that are going to be coming to Isagenix. There is a new wave of people that are going to be coming to this team. There is a new wave of people that are looking for healthy solutions, community, accountability, and heck, extra ways to earn money from home, like for sure. And so having this place to plug your people into is truly going to be one of the key steps. So I would love for you guys to spend some time, and you know, we're going through it kind of really as we build it, honestly. So step 1, Create Curiosity, is ready to go. It's rocking. We're going to have it wrap, like that is what we're covering tonight. And then next week, we'll be invite people to take a look. That one we're building out still over this next week, and we're just going to get through all 4 steps together. So I hope that makes sense.
And yeah, and the nice thing about this too is that if somebody says they're ready, and you want to get them into something right away, like it's that whole lag time where, okay, well, we can get on a 3-way call maybe in a couple days, and then schedules don't match up. Like this is going to be something that's very consistent that you can plug them into and say, okay, here you go. You can also see how fast they're going. If you plug them in here and they're like, oh my gosh, I watched all these videos and checked out all these links in 24 hours. This is somebody who's ready to run right now. It lets people kind of work through things at their speed. And also, if you don't know the answer to a question, this is a great place to plug someone into. And it's very succinct. It's a nice skeleton and framework, but there's also some meaty parts in here that you can really kind of dig through. So just think about that as we roll out all 4 of these steps and you go through that. Kind of just maybe write down some notes on some places where you're getting a lot of questions about this specific thing. You can send people to this right here.
Yeah, no, that's such good points, you know, because this business is really, you're here and you are growing it and you are helping people get started. And every person that you start then, I mean, it's a self-starting sort of business. And then some people are going to volley, you know, they go at their own pace. And so that's where it's very different or very unique from a lot of different things that people do out there, right? Because, I mean, if someone is telling me, hey, I want to make 6 figures, I want to go big, I want to replace my income, like I'm going to set goals with them and timelines that are tighter, that really help them, you know, keep moving forward through the process. But at the end of the day, it is a self-directed business. And so, you know, I like to think of it a lot like a tennis ball, like, hey, okay, start with step 1. Do the steps in there and then get back to me. Okay. And then we're going to go through step 2, get back to me. And with some people, there's going to be a week in between there. Some people, there's going to be a month in between there. Some people, it's going to be a day and they're going to be getting back to you. Right. I mean, I think back to when I was first starting with Amanda, I would do a bunch of stuff, do. And then I would all of a sudden be like, hey, Amanda, I have like 5 questions. You know, I was hungry because I wanted to change in my life. And so I was finding a bunch of stuff on my own, but then I was also, you know, looking for where do I find this, or how do I plug into this, or what's the best way to do this. And if, to Jake's point, you have questions as you go through it, I want you to bring those questions back to us as well. I am happy to make videos under like this additional resources section and plan to if there are common questions that come up, you know, just common questions. There's already some videos under there about overcoming the common objections, just trainings that we find out there that are so good. Like I want one central hub where this stuff can be housed. So here you can see Jake and I, and it's really just the intro. These little videos are like 1 to 2 minutes. So this just says, welcome to Leaders Rise here. And I would recommend watching it. I would recommend going through the website as though with the lens of your new person, so that as you're onboarding people, you can help them really get started and be like, these are our friends. Like these are, you know, these are people that you will see because they're building a large business and they have big goals and dreams, and they're here to also help you with your large, big goals and dreams, you know? So step 1 is create curiosity. Step 2, invite people to take a look. Step 3, plug people in. And step 4, retention. And that is truly, I cannot think of something that doesn't fall into one of those steps in this business after 6.5 years of doing this. I'm not even kidding. Other than mindset, right? But that's like personal development. That is so much of the you factor is like mindset and how, you know, what I was talking about, the energy and the action that you're putting towards it. But when we talk skills, it's all here. Like it's all here. So under create curiosity, and this is why last week, so here's a short little video with us. Jake really worked hard to not have like Zoom
you guys,
grumpy.
For real.
He was going like this, and I was like, what are you doing?
We had
like,
to stop. So there's going to be an outtake reel.
We'll have an outtake at some point, for sure. But so really creating curiosity, you guys, it is all about using the products. Transform with the IsaBody challenge. This links directly to product information for you. So if someone is like, okay, I just want to use you can say like, just check out this first tab, like just check it out, you know, develop and share your story. You know, I truly believe, and that's what we did last week. And Beth helped me with so much, sharing her story live after just a month of doing this business. And you know, what did we use? We literally, so this short video is like 4 minutes. I'm trying to keep them little, you know, but enough to give value. But then it's really, hey, here is the story template right here. Within that section, it's the Isagenix story template. You know, we're not recreating templates that make sense that Isagenix has. We're just simply, because there's so much out there. I know that if you've started, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. And overwhelmed people often freeze or they don't do anything, right? And I'm not going to say that like we've taken all the guesswork out of this business, but I'm saying the systems and the system and the templates are truly here to duplicate. Because in network marketing, if you're not duplicating, you simply have a glorified sales position. You're getting people started, you're creating, you know, customers. But whatever you do, you want your people to look at and be able to say, oh, I can do that too. You know, and if they're like, gosh, your story sounded so eloquent, like I could never do that. You could say, no, you know what? Like you check this out, like check out this template. This is exactly what I use. It's 5 steps. Let me help you create yours. And then, you know, the key factor there then is practice, 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 you know? So that is, we did that last week, develop your story. So that is one way that we create curiosity. Another way is post on social media. And that could be a whole separate training. I don't want to spend a whole ton of time right here on social media, other than telling you that if you click here, you're going to hear my 5-minute spiel, which is really right here about social media, saying it is your virtual storefront. It is your business card. It is a place where people know you're open for business. It is like the hello when people are walking by, right? And then you get into the conversations past that. Then you can drop your story in conversation. Then you can take it offline. Then you can answer, what is Isagenix and what do you do? Like those are the common questions that people have. And so if you have someone that wants to go with their post, I know like Miss Jen Pallas is on here, she's working on her post. This is an example of posts. And you can take this, you can tweak it, you can use it as an idea generator. It certainly does not have to be what you use, but this is what has worked for many, many, many people before. And a lot of it is around, you know, describing results, getting a little bit vulnerable, having a call to action, you know, who's up for looking and feeling their best. If that is what you're really trying to do, is have people like have a call to action. progress post, you know, so this is if you haven't started yet, if you've already started, progress. And then what do you do? What do I do with these comments? What do I do with these likes and comments? You know, so it'll tell you right here exactly what to say. This is straight from Isagenix, say, share, do. Straight from individuals, leaders within the company that have put this together with sales, NLP experience, you know, the whole psychology behind the business. I have a child awake. Hello. Go lay down, Kennedy. Great. Okay. You know, and then here's, you know, what to say. And really, all that we are doing in this section is setting an appointment. And that is the goal. That is the key. So, you know, here, watch this movie, and then let's talk, or, you know, take a look at the movie, and then you can continue the conversation after. So then online to offline. This is really the setting appointments. You know, how do we set the appointment? Why do we want to set the appointment? And then moving on to the next step. Okay. So that is social media. Again, like, my best advice when it comes to social media is find people out there that you jive with or that are appealing to you. And when they do posts that are appealing, screenshot them or generate ideas just through your day, and know that social media is like a long game type thing. You're doing it over time, right? And you're sharing a story over time. So what I really want to talk about today is answer these two questions. What is Isagenix and what do you do? Because these are the most common curiosity type questions when you are just out and about. And I know we're not out and about right now, but the main ideas are that either you're using the products, or you're posting on social media, or you're dropping your story, or people are saying what's new, and you're saying, well, I started this thing called Isagenix. I'm really excited about it. And that you have words that flow off your tongue, words that you can say that feel good to you. And so this section is really supposed to help you with that. And so within this section, you know, here are some examples. You can see the examples here. And truly, I mean, I use a lot of these, or I've heard other people use them and they really work for them. So you could literally take these and make them your own, or memorize them, or practice them in the mirror, or write them on the top of your mirror and use the words that make sense to you. Especially down here, I want to call out, you know, what do you do? If you're on a plane and you're like, oh, what do you do? You know, you're talking with someone on a plane, when we can go on planes again, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm a lawyer. And they're like, what do you do? You know, a lot of times we get stuck in the identity of our day job. You know, it's really easy. It's a really safe answer. You know, oh, I'm a PA. What do you know, I work at a urgent care clinic, or whatever you want to say. But to really go, when you ask people, what do you do? And they ask you back, and you're able to incorporate Isagenix, whether you simply, you know, I remember very, very early on, I made a point to myself that I was going to switch to only talk about Isagenix in certain situations when it made sense. When I was with brand new people that they did not know me at all, and I could just like say, oh, I'm a network marketer, you know, I partner with a company called Isagenix. That's what I do. To try it on for size and to start to build that identity and build that muscle. I promise you, it's all building a muscle. It doesn't just spew out of you like perfectly the first time, you know, but to say, I partner with a company called Isagenix. Have you heard of it? Or, you know, I am a consultant with a nutrition company that I absolutely love. I help people get healthy. You know, I help people, you know, I've decided to make a shift into the online wellness space. And with this, I also think it's really key to, if you have a different job, you can say that still. If it feels good to say, you know, hey, I work in marketing, I'm a marketing manager for a large company, but what I'm really excited about is, or what I'm most excited about is, or what excites me the most right now, where I'm headed, is I'm growing I've really decided to shift into the online wellness space, or I'm growing my wellness business where I help people do blank, and where I teach others to do the same. And the reason that there are blanks in here, you guys, and what I really want you to do, I'm going to pull up, hold on. I'm going to pull up a slide. I would love for you guys to take a few minutes, because this has to be personal to you. Whatever comes out of your mouth, you want to be believable, because you have high belief in it yourself. So I can give you words, but I also want you guys to take a minute right now and fill in some of these things. So And I'm going to ask for a few examples from people because I know that you guys have amazing ideas. And some of you, what lights you up the most is the amped line. And so I want you to create one that feels so good related to the amped line, you know, so that it flows out of you. And it's normal. It's natural that if you are obsessed with the amped line, you're going to get so many people started on the amped line, right? Or if your product experience is all around cleansing, you know, we have friends that they literally are obsessed with cleansing every Monday. Like it's like their favorite part of the whole system. So, you know, Isagenix is my weekly detox that gives me energy, vibrancy, and a way to cleanse without worrying about, you know, sitting on the bathroom all the time, whatever you want to say. So I would love for you to take a minute to write out both. The top one being more product. The second one is really around what do you help people with, you know? And that's going to come back to who your avatar is. Mine is, you know, my avatar is different than Jake's a little bit, right? Like the person that we're going to really jive with. And, you know, for me, it's the tired, stressed corporate professional or business savvy mom who's looking for options. And I could talk about that all day. So that's most likely what I'm going to say in that second one.
Well, and that's the point with all the blanks too, is that this should be personal to you, because if it doesn't sound like you, it's going to be a train wreck and people are going to know it. So don't feel like you're trying to come up with the perfect word to fill this blank. This is not a multiple choice question, you know, in high school or college where you have to pick the right answer for the blank. It's whatever answer like really resonates with you, because those are the kind of, you're going to find those people out in the world and they're going to want to hear what you have to say. They don't want to hear what Allison has to say. They don't want to hear what I have to say. They don't want to hear what Kennedy has to say over here on the couch. They want to hear what you have to say and what's really working for you and what's happening in your life.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, that was loud.
Let's go like 20 more seconds.
Kennedy just described it as yummy. So if any of you need an extra word.
So if Kennedy was talking to an 8-year-old, the 8-year-old wouldn't want to hear about this vibrant lifestyle that they're like, no.
The adaptogens.
Yeah, they want to hear that it's yummy and the shakes are good. Okay, great. Give me one of those. Way to know your audience, love. All right, who's got one to share? Can't see everybody. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, Mary.
Yeah, Mary.
I'll go first.
Great.
Okay, just the first sentence, okay?
Sure.
Yep.
Isagenix is our breakfast and lunch meal that gives us the complete nutrition in a convenient shake. Something like that.
Great.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, convenience, complete nutrition, breakfast and lunch. Just short, but you're giving people a lot of clues around what it is that, you know, oh, what is that? Oh, and you know, they might be able to anchor that they could see using it too. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Who else?
I can go.
Yeah, Barbie.
Isagenix is my online nutrition store that gives me easy, convenient, healthy nutrition. And I help people create more freedom and flexibility and still contribute significantly to their family's income. And I love teaching others to do the same.
I love it. Yes, and I've heard her say that so many times. Contribute significantly to my family's income, you know? And
it's not just a little bit, it's significantly.
Significantly,
That's
yeah.
right. Well, and that's a key
Because I
word.
think that's big for people. I think there are people that like just want to contribute. I'm like, no, this allows you to contribute in such a significant way that it's not just a little bit. It shows depth.
And saying that, that's then what you will attract is people that want that. They, care. They already have a high money mindset. They want to contribute a lot. Yeah, that's great. Who else? Thank you.
I can read mine. It's a little bit like Barbie's. I help people find a healthy way of living with incredible products and also help people get an extra income opportunity. So kind of simple, but I'm trying to squeeze it both in there.
Yeah. No,
and
that's good.
Leave enough room for questions then. I hope you can see me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I can.
And that is a good key. What you just said at the end there, it leaves room for questions. You don't want to give it all away in the first date, right? Like you want to also be saying things that then you pause. The power in the pause, you guys. The pause to let them then either take it in or they're talking, spread it out. Exactly. To be able to, really, seriously, she wants to teach. To really be able to know what you're going to say, drop it, pause, and see where they take it. Because you want to lead, you want to let them lead, right? You want to let your prospect lead the conversation. That is like a very long-standing, like relationship sales sort of principle, is that your prospect will lead the conversation. Because with Bettina, they might glom onto the healthy lifestyle thing. They'd be like, oh, I need a healthy lifestyle. Or gosh, how do you really keep a healthy lifestyle with this stuff? Or they might glom onto the opportunity piece, So you don't know. It's good.
I'll go.
Yeah, Danny.
I didn't write mine down. Mine is, Isagenix is whole food nutrition that my husband and I use to fuel our family with like Amazon Prime convenience. We love our groceries delivered to our door. We do this in the pocket of our times, and we just have a really high passion for helping others feel amazing and have healthy lifestyles like us.
Good. That is really, no, I love that. And I love that read the first sentence again, or say it again. It was whole foods nutrition.
Yeah. So and people on my team will hear me say this a lot, but I say a lot that Isagenix to us is whole food nutrition. And sometimes I say whole food groceries. It just kind of depends what sounds better to me. Whole food groceries or whole food nutrition delivered to our door with the convenience like Amazon Prime.
Yeah. And people can relate to that. They can relate to both of those things. I love that. It's relatable, simple, delivered to our door. Absolutely.
Yeah. Like if somebody hears like Amazon, they get, so I just go online and click a button and I get it in like 2 or 3 days. Okay. Like I can do that.
Yeah.
It's a good connection piece for them in their mind. I like that.
And Barbie said that, go ahead, Danny, what?
Oh, and I just said, I say, and this just fits me, is I say I do it in the pockets of my time, because for me, like that's what we do. Like I feel like I'm being honest with them. And so letting them, in my opinion, like they know, like you can do this even if you're already busy. Like it's something you can really fit in.
And that is huge. People thrive on this in the pockets of their time. Like that is a huge piece of being able to do this business part-time, as long as you want it to be part-time, as long as you want it to be in the pockets. Some people make the shift otherwise, but that is amazing. And Barbie said in the chat that you said fuels our family, which yes, she loves that you said fuels our family. And I love that you said it. It just rolled off your tongue. You didn't write it down. You knew exactly what you were saying, So it's just such a reminder, like we all can get to that point.
Yep. And that's probably, like you said, Danny, that's probably not like the third time you said that.
No, I honestly, like most people hear me say that's kind of my opening line. And then I say pockets of the time, and like we help others to feel and, feel our family in that. But yeah, but I'm also the kind of type that like just shoot from the hip type person. So like, I just kind of have it in my head, and then I just repeat it a couple different times. But if I say it 3 times, it'll probably be a little bit different each 3 times.
Right. But the skeleton of what you want to say and the main points, you're going to hit every single time because you've done it hundreds of times.
Yep.
And that's how templates work. Like some people are like, well, template or script is too inauthentic. No, like it just is the framework so that then you can roll it off completely authentically. Like they truly work. So we're going to do a really good job this year of like really adopting these. I love it. That's good. Anyone else want to go who has a burning desire to share theirs? Or anyone who feels like a little nervous sharing it, but they want to step up and do it right now.
The person who feels like they're not ready to share it, that's the person I want to hear from.
I'm looking for one more.
Okay, I'm the new person, so I guess I'll talk.
All right, Jen.
Okay, Jen, you can do it.
All right. I said Isagenix is a part of my wellness routine that gives me great nutrition, accountability, and energy.
Yeah, that's great. Wellness routine, accountability, energy. There was one other word?
And great nutrition.
Great nutrition. Yeah, I mean, so relatable. The accountability piece is huge. I know it is for you. I mean, knowing your story and when you started, like being real and authentic to you, like that's what other people are going to be like, oh my gosh, yeah, give me that. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Wellness routine, Ashley loves.
Yeah, yes. I like wellness routine too. This is not just you do it one time, that magic pill that you saw in Shark Tank. Like this is a part of your routine. Like this is something you do every day and you look forward to having it as part of your routine, is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
It's very inviting.
Yes, good job, Jen. Good job doing it. You got it. You got it. Okay. So you guys, I have my challenge for you this week is to take and try it out. Get these, use them. If you need to practice it on a spouse, a kid, or even better would be to call up that person that you just really have on your heart that you would love to share this with and say, hey, I'm trying something. I just want to try this out on you. How does it sound? Don't even do it to like try to sell to them or get them. No. Like you're just getting feedback. You're like, this is what I'm working on this week. I would just love your input. How does this sound? And just say it, just practice it with those people. See if they can tell you, one thing they love about it, one thing they would change about it. And, then these phrases between knowing your story, having your story, being able to respond, what is Isagenix? What do you do? And then really, working on your social media. Like, can anyone think, that's creating curiosity along with product use, right? That's how we create curiosity. That's how people will naturally come to you. The next step is the whole inviting people, which I know is a whole different ball game, but we'll get to that later next week. Anything else that people have? Otherwise, that's what we have for this week, you guys. Have a good week. So good to see all of you. There's a ton of training to get on this week. I know tomorrow night, the Start Ambassadors, if you are doing that opportunity call, I'm going to throw that right in Everyday Rockstars after this so you can check it out. But have a good night. Yes, good, Danny. I'm so glad. Us too. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. I heard that Lila's on, so you can say bye, Lila.
Bye, Lila.